Hello, welcome to this tropical update for the Atlantic and the Eastern Pacific, and especially tropical storm Isaac to affect maybe Europe. So let's see what will happen. There's major Hurricane Helene. It was upgraded to a category 3 just now, and I already made a video on that discussing all the impacts. Still some catastrophic storm surge expected, hurricane force winds, and catastrophic life-threatening flash flooding and urban flooding in many areas. So please stay safe there and watch my video. The links in the description for all the impacts there. So please stay safe. Now let's chat a little about tropical storm Isaac. So it's fairly high for a tropical storm, so it's a subtropical Atlantic, and it's predicted to reach hurricane strength by Saturday. So we might have Hurricane Isaac there. Then it will probably be like non-tropical or extratropical as it reaches Europe, but it might bring some impacts to the northern Azores as it will pass very close. And if you are watching from like Portugal, Spain, or the Azores, I suggest you watch this video if you are there and share with others. This is nothing crazy, but it's better to know. So let's see. They now have a tropical storm until Monday, maybe subtropical or like extra tropical by Tuesday. But let's see if there's something here. There's this experimental cone, basically the same thing. The tropical storm force wind probabilities in the Azores is fairly like some 20 to 30% tropical storm force winds there, so be careful there. And almost reaching Spain there, like some potential gusty winds, but still mainly offshore, the tropical storm force winds. Hurricane force winds mainly at sea for a short period of time, and 50 knot winds just north of the Azores, some probabilities, so be aware there. So let's maybe see some models. This is the current information. There's some global and hurricane models. They show this going there. Many show this curving north there, but some still keep it towards like Spain and Portugal and pass just north of the Azores. But many models are showing going further north now. This some Canadian ensembles shows this passing right north of the Azores, might leave some impacts, but you'll be just north. It might head as a non-tropical, extratropical system towards France or Spain there, depending on how high it goes, because if it goes too much north, it might even go to like the UK. So let's see. There's the intensity guidance, potentially reaching hurricane strength there on Saturday, like I showed you, and going down to a tropical storm again. So be aware. And the models here, this is the GFS. It goes there, it takes this further east, and the GFS actually strengthens this a little bit more. And let's see, but it passes way north of the Azores. It leaves like a cold front, a band of rain there in the Azores, but it doesn't pass right through. So it goes a lot north, but then he keeps it going. This is by Monday, right? It starts weakening a little bit, but the GFS has a wait because it's thank you so long. Has it continuing going north and like dying there in the colder waters, maybe a non-tropical system towards the UK. So this model has it very far from Spain and Portugal, heading like towards the UK. And let's see, it shows the remnants of Hurricane Helene might go back into the Atlantic and become another subtropical, extratropical cyclone of those that might bring like rain and gusty winds towards Europe down the road. And let's see. Oh my gosh, why isn't it working today? Let's see. So let's see if it works now. Or there's here, because there's kind of complicated. So like here you can see the North Atlantic. So this is the GFS. I already showed you. There's the European model. So let's see, there's another system that will come before Isaac, like a non-tropical system, might leave some gusty winds and rain throughout the UK and France, like on Sunday, but there's Isaac behind it. Then it comes, like the European has Isaac going like way north and just leaving like a small cold front on the UK there with some gusty winds and rain, but none of the models I showed you already have this towards Spain and Portugal. But for example, the icon, it has, let's see, Saturday. So there's the first system into the British Isles we better watch for. And then the icon has Isaac coming all the way far south, potentially in Portugal, as a non-tropical system, because that structure doesn't look tropical, so it might be weakening already. But the icon is the only model that's showing this towards Spain and Portugal, but we better keep an eye out. There's the arpegg model, let's see, shows the system there around Sunday in the British Isles, and then it kind of shows the remnants of Isaac there towards France maybe, but not showing anything crazy too. So let's see if like the Canadian model is working. I don't know why it's not working. Let's see now. Sorry, it's not. So let's see if I can show you. Like here, there's only the European, the GFS, and the icon there. But let me see if there's anything else here. So this is what we got for Isaac. So be aware there, but most models are showing it north towards like the UK or the northernmost Atlantic, but this still could take a run towards Spain or Portugal. But be aware in the Azores, because this will pass very close to you. It might leave some gusty winds and heavy rain, but nothing crazy. So let's see if something works here. So the models aren't working, but like I showed you before, the ensembles for Isaac might indicate the track. So this is the Canadian ensembles. Instead of showing the models, I can show this. So they take this generally north, because Spain is like straight from the Azores, so it takes generally like the GFS and the Euro further north. So for example, this is a blend of the GFS tracks. Some tracks dive further down to Spain, but most go north towards the North Atlantic, the UK. So be aware there. And let's see here if maybe there's something here. GFS, so where is it? I'll just set here to North America so I can show you something. So the rest of the tropics, there's now a new area there to watch in the Caribbean for a potential development later on. So they just added this, and there's 90% chance of a tropical depression there now. So continues to show signs of organization. Recent satellite images show it doesn't have a well-defined surface circulation, but environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for further development. The tropical depression is expected to form later today or tomorrow, so 90%, and then when it forms, we will get the track and everything, but you'll likely just go north there into the Atlantic, so nothing crazy for the Caribbean, but this other area is a 20% chance already. Some models indicate a developing, so let's see if the GFS shows something. This is already next Wednesday, the 2nd. The GFS is sort of a disturbance there on the Central Caribbean. It forms a tropical storm and goes towards the Yucatan and the Gulf. So the GFS is actually another hurricane at the Gulf, about on the first week of October, like second to first week of October. So, but that strength it showed is highly exaggerated, so don't focus on that. You just focus on the probability of something forming. So let's see, here's the European next Wednesday. It starts picking up more moisture, southwestern Caribbean, passes the Yucatan, and the European actually tries to form a tropical storm in the Gulf too. So we are monitoring this for like the Caribbean and the Gulf. So let's see, and here there's the icon, but it doesn't go that far out, but let's see, Friday, it goes all the way to next Wednesday, but we can take a look. So this is October 1st, it has some moisture there building, and by like October 2nd, it maybe try to have a system in the Gulf there, maybe a tropical depression or storm. So we better watch this next system very closely. And this system here is actually invest 98L. So let's see if there's some track information here, if it works. So here, so 98L. So there's the satellite. It's trying to organize. It's better, but most models just have this going out into the Atlantic. One or two try to go to the Caribbean, but mainly the Atlantic. The hurricane models also to the Atlantic there. So maybe a tropical storm, becoming a tropical storm, but no big threat from this. Let's see if these models work, but I don't think so. Here, so it actually tried to work. So let's see. So it only works for here, but let's see. So it isn't working. I don't understand why. But for example, let's see. The Canadian, it's not working too. This is so weird. Literally 1 hour ago it was working, but let's just see something else. So there's the ensembles from the European. Let's just put 240 hours. It shows Helene there and Issac. The European, some ensembles try to take this near Spain and Portugal, but most go north there. And it has a lot of support for that system there in the Atlantic. Most indications show it curving north into the Atlantic, but it's showing now another system potentially forming by October 6th there in the main development region, trying to approach the Caribbean. So these indications here from the European are worth watching. Something near the Caribbean by October 6, 7th or something, so we better watch. It shows also the system in the Gulf, potentially. So let's see, there's the GFS here. It shows Helene there and Issac, and then it shows this system mainly forming and going out there into the Atlantic. And it has also the new indications by October 6th or something, trying to approach there. So we better watch, and it has a lot of support for the Gulf. So be aware, be monitoring there. So let's see, here there's also the Eastern Pacific. We still have Hurricane John, if you can believe it. So it already turned into a major hurricane, went inland, went back out into the ocean, turned into a tropical storm, and now a hurricane again. So let's see, but it's forecasted to just like scrape Mexico there as a hurricane, still leaving some very catastrophic flooding, and then going out, maybe dying later. So this is still projected to leave more than 400 millimeters, parts of Michoacan and Guerrero, and maybe some rain in Colima too, in other areas. So please stay safe there. Let me just read this. El huracán John trae lluvias muy fuertes adicionales por zonas costeras del sueste de México hasta el viernes. Los totales de lluvia adicionales caerán a través de áreas que han recibido cantidades de lluvia fuertes durante los últimos días. Esta lluvia fuerte probablemente causará inundaciones repentinas y deslizamientos de tierra significativos y catastróficos que amenazan la vida los estados de Guerrero y Michoacán. Se pronostica que John continuará fortaleciéndose y toca hasta que toque tierra. El aviso de huracán está en efecto para el largo de la costa del sureste de México, donde las condiciones de tormenta tropical son inminentes. Los avisos de tormenta tropical también están en efecto para personas del área de tormenta tropical que están en curso. Entonces, muchísimas precauciones. Good. So please stay safe there from this. There's still some very heavy rain and very strong winds. So the rainfall from the icon shows like, I'll put in the next 5 days. The icon is more than 300-400 millimeters, parts of Guerrero and Coatzacoalcos. So that's Guerrero, I think. So this must be Coatzacoalcos, 300 millimeters, 400. So please be aware there. And it has still like 200 in Acapulco, so some very heavy rain there. Please be careful. The GFS has more than 200 millimeters there as well, where this at, but I don't know why it keeps showing like further south more than 300 millimeters. The GFS has insisted on something like further south there. I hope this is updated. And then the European also shows more than 200 millimeters to almost 300, parts of Guerrero and Achuacan, and then it shows like 200 for further south in Acapulco, 360 millimeters. So please be careful, flooding, landslides, and everything. Also, other parts of southern Mexico, more than 100. Be aware there, some storms near the Yucatan. Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador might have some more shower storm activity, so be aware. Some more throughout, especially like southern Honduras and El Salvador might have some storms. Guatemala areas more than 80 millimeters. Be aware in Nicaragua, like more than 80, 90 millimeters, many areas might be more showers and storms. She shows heavier in Costa Rica, like 122 millimeters. So be careful in Costa Rica, in Panama, might have some more shower and thunderstorm activity. San Andres and a lot in northern Colombia. So if you are like in western northern Colombia, please be aware. Some heavy rainfall scattered around. So still some passing showers in Jamaica, a storm or two in Cuba, the Cayman Islands and Jamaica, maybe a storm or two. Some storms in Hispaniola and Puerto Rico, show some showers there. More showers throughout the Lesser Antilles, maybe a storm or two. And for example, it shows some probabilities of thunderstorms and some showers near Cuba, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, and the Eastern Caribbean throughout these next few days. So be aware. Maybe Bahamas and Turks and Caicos, a shower or two, maybe a storm or two. And then, like, there's that system forming now, and the European models throwing more showers and storms towards like the Cabo Verde there from today to next Saturday. So be aware, the rain accumulation shows some more because Cabo Verde there. So be aware. Then it has the system curving out into the Atlantic, has more towards like France, northern Spain, in some areas, and then let's see, later it has more stuff bubbling up. So please be aware in those areas and stay safe. Let's see. Central Pacific, there was an invest, but it's quiet now. And 7 days, nothing else in the Eastern Pacific. So please be aware there of the systems. Be careful and stay safe. Bye.